Hi everyone, my name is Alison Venable and I created a virtual library for my Education 325 class which is Children's Literature. For this assignment we were asked to create a library with Google Books for 8 different genres. We were asked to pick specific books and read them to fulfill this requirement. After completing this assignment, I created a much better understanding for myself of the different genres that are out there and the importance that it is to integrate these into the classroom, because it allows children to gain a better understanding of the world around them. And a lot of these stories are easy to read in the classroom. They can read them during free time, or they are also available for lesson planning and projects for students. So now I'm going to take you on a little bit of a tour to which books were my favorite in each of the 8 genres. For contemporary realistic fiction, I would have to say my favorite is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This book is incredibly inspiring and heartwarming. As a little boy, has to face many difficulties and obstacles in his life while transferring to a new school. He faces many disabilities, but he does not let those bring him down. And he overcomes these and meets many friends, lifelong friends. I think that this book is a great book for elementary school and even middle school and high school students to read. I think you can give this book for children to read on their own or create lesson planning and inspiring stories of their own. They can share their own experiences, and I think it's just a great book to integrate into the classroom. Next, for the fantasy genre, I chose these 4 different stories, but my favorite would have to be Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs by Judy Barrett. This story is very interesting and imaginary, that begins with a family eating breakfast with pancakes landing on the head of the main character. The grandfather starts to tell a story of how the town Chew and Swallow becomes a story. So I think that this book can be great to integrate into the classroom, elementary school classroom, because of the illustrations, and you can allow children to create their own story with the visuals by covering up each of the texts. And I think it's a great book to have children read on their own as well. Next, for the historical fiction genre, I chose these books because I felt they best represented the genre, but I would have to say my favorite is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. If you haven't read this book, I would truly recommend. It's a great read. It's incredibly heartwarming, but also very, very sad. I think it can be integrated into middle school or high school. I think elementary school, it would be a little bit harsh for students to read, and I think it would be most appropriate for higher level grades. The next genre is informational and biographies. I also enjoyed reading all of these stories as well, but my favorite would have to be Rosa by Nikki Giovanni. This story is about Rosa Parks and her journey. It's a biography of her life, but the illustrations are incredibly well done, and I think it's a great story and book to use while teaching kids about the struggles that Rosa Parks went through and how she overcame her life, and it's great even for high school and middle school students. The next genre is literature representing diverse populations. My favorite in this genre would have to be The Sandwich Swap by Queen Rani of Jordan. This book is super cute, and Lily and Selma are best friends. They like to do the same things, and they always eat lunch together, of course. However, Lily eats peanut butter and Selma eats hummus. The story shows the diverse culture of the two girls and how they can overcome their differences, but they still become best friends in the end. I think this book is great for integrating into the classroom to teach children about different cultures, and it can be a great opening book for that as well. For the poetry genre, I would have to say my favorite is Inside Out and Back Again by Thana Alai. These are stories of a young girl, and it's a pretty short read, but I think it teaches poetry in a well articulate way, and I think it can be integrated in all grade levels. Lastly, science fiction and traditional literature and folk tales. So my favorite science fiction book would have to be Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because it's an original story, it's incredibly creative, and I think children can have fun with it if they haven't already seen or read the book as well. For traditional literature and folk tales, my favorite book would have to be After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Overcomes His Fall by Dan Santat. This book is a Caldecott winner as well, and I think it's a great story and can be integrated into the classroom as well to teach children about folktales, and the illustrations are great as well. So thank you for watching, and I hope you found my virtual library to be informational and interesting, and I hope that you choose to read some of these stories as well. Thank you.